Okay, so we're diving deep into something we all think about probably more than we want to,
Yeah.
honestly.
Yeah.
Sleep.
Sleep.
It's one of those things like everyone wants more of it,
Right.
never enough hours in the day or, hours in the night, as it
Yeah.
were.
Yeah, that's it.
And the thing is, it's more than just like feeling a little tired.
No, for sure.
There are some pretty alarming stats out there about just how many people are not getting enough sleep.
Yeah, definitely.
Like three-quarters of Brits, they're getting less than 8 hours a night.
Wow.
And then here in the U.S., 1 in 6 of us are surviving on even less than 6.
Oof.
You know, my sleep tracking app is judging me right now just thinking about that. But this isn't just about feeling a little groggy in the morning. It's really about our health.
Exactly.
So that's why I'm really excited to have someone with us today who can help us unpack all of this.
It's great to be here.
So let's just dive right in.
Okay.
Picture this, right? It's 2:00 a.m. You're staring at the ceiling. Your mind is just doing laps around the track.
Uh-huh.
Why is this such a familiar scene?
Yeah.
What are we up against here?
Well, there are a lot of culprits. We're going to be drawing some insights today from sleep expert Dr. Biquan Luo, who's done a lot of great research on this.
Okay.
And he points to some really common factors like stress and anxiety, which we all know,
Right, of
and
course.
pain as well.
Okay.
But then also some things that you might not think about right away,
Okay.
like even just like the temperature in your room or if there's noise.
Oh, interesting.
And then this thing called fragmented sleep, which is a sneaky one.
Fragmented sleep, that sounds a little ominous.
It is a little bit.
Is that like when you sleep for 8 hours, technically,
Yeah.
but you wake up feeling like you got hit by a truck?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
It's not just about how much you sleep, it's about the quality.
Right.
So fragmented sleep is when you're constantly waking up throughout the night,
Uh-huh.
even if it's just for a few seconds,
Uh-huh.
and you might not even remember it. Oh, wow.
But it disrupts your sleep cycles and it stops you from getting to that, deep sleep that you really need.
That makes sense because I've definitely had those nights where I'm like technically in bed for 8 hours, but I wake up and I'm like, I don't feel like I slept at all.
Totally.
So is this fragmented sleep tied to like our circadian rhythm being off?
It often is, yeah.
Okay.
That internal clock is so important.
Right.
And when it gets disrupted, it can really throw things off.
For sure.
And then we run into that age-old question, you wake up in the middle of the night.
Mm-hmm.
Do you stay in bed or do you get up?
Oh, tell me about it. It feels like a lose-lose situation.
It really does.
So what does the expert say? What does Dr. Luo say?
Well, he actually says try to relax and go back to sleep first. There are some simple things you can do, like deep breathing,
Okay.
progressive muscle relaxation, things like that.
Okay.
Even white noise can help.
Right, to block out other sounds.
Exactly, but here's the catch.
If you're tossing and turning for more than 10 or 15 minutes,
Uh-huh.
get out of bed.
Really?
Yeah.
That goes against everything I thought I knew about sleep.
I know, right?
Like, I always thought you just had to lay there and will yourself to fall asleep.
You'd think so, but it
Yeah.
can actually make things worse
Interesting.
because you start to associate your bed with, frustration and wakefulness.
Right, okay.
So get up, do something calming like reading a book,
Okay.
and then when you feel tired, go back to bed.
Interesting strategy.
Yeah.
Okay, so speaking of things that keep us up at night,
Uh-huh.
I have a confession.
Okay.
I am so guilty of checking my phone when I can't sleep.
Oh, yeah.
I tell myself it's just to, distract myself. But I think deep down, I know it's probably not helping.
Yeah, it's not a great idea.
So what's the deal with that?
Well, Dr. Luo talks about how checking the time can actually make things worse because you get stressed out about how much sleep you're not getting.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And then the content itself, like social media or news or whatever, it's all designed to keep you engaged,
Yeah.
which is the opposite of what you want when you're trying to sleep.
Totally. Okay, so put the phone down.
Put the phone down.
Got it. Okay.
All right.
So you've mentioned the circadian rhythm a couple of times.
Yeah.
Can we, unpack that a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely.
It feels like this mysterious force that's, controlling everything.
It kind of is, yeah.
Yeah, so how does it actually work?
So basically, sleep is regulated by this interplay of two things.
Okay.
Sleep pressure and our circadian rhythm.
Right.
So sleep pressure is like this need for rest that builds up the longer you're awake.
Okay.
So early in the night, that sleep pressure is high,
Right.
so you fall asleep easily.
Oh, that makes sense.
But then as the night goes on, the sleep pressure goes down.
Okay.
And that's where the circadian rhythm comes in. It kicks in to help keep you asleep
Okay.
until morning.
So if the sleep pressure dips, before the circadian rhythm is really going,
Yeah.
bam, we're awake at 3 a.m. staring at the ceiling again.
Exactly.
It's like this delicate dance.
It is. It's all about balance.
Wow, that's incredible. But is there anything we can do to, like, influence that? Can we hack our circadian rhythm?
We can, yeah.
Okay, good.
There are a lot of things you can do.
Okay.
The Sleep Foundation has some great tips.
Right.
One of the simplest things, but also one of the most effective, is consistency.
Okay.
Waking up at the same time every day,
Even on weekends.
especially on weekends.
Ugh. Okay, that one's tough.
I know, but it really helps regulate your internal clock.
Okay, are there any other, like, maybe easier strategies?
Sure, how light exposure,
Okay.
getting sunlight first thing in the morning, it's like a wake-up call to your body,
Right.
and then dimming the lights in the evening
Okay.
helps signal that it's time to wind down.
Gotcha. Okay.
And then there's meal timing as well.
Oh, interesting.
Eating too close to bedtime can interfere with sleep.
I wouldn't have thought of that.
Yeah, it can make a difference. And also be mindful of caffeine.
Right.
That afternoon coffee might seem harmless, but it can stay in your system for hours
Oh, interesting.
and keep you up later.
Okay. How about exercise?
Exercise is great for sleep,
Oh.
but the timing matters.
Okay.
Morning workout can be great, but an intense workout too close to bedtime
Yeah.
might keep you up.
Interesting. I always thought any exercise would just make you tired.
Yeah, that's common misconception.
Okay, so the timing really matters.
It does. And one more thing, melatonin supplements can be helpful.
Okay.
But talk to your doctor before starting any new supplement.
Of course. Of course. So much to think about.
There is, yeah.
This is really fascinating. It's like we take sleep for granted,
Totally.
but there's this whole symphony of stuff happening in our bodies.
It's pretty amazing.
So it sounds like the key takeaway here is it's not just about willpower.
No, not at all.
It's about understanding the science and, like, working with our bodies.
Exactly.
Not again.
Yeah, making choices that support good sleep.
Absolutely. Well said. So to everyone listening, I have a challenge for you.
Okay.
Think about your daily routine.
Yeah.
What's one small change you could make today to, like, better align with your natural rhythms?
That's a good question.
Maybe it's setting a consistent wake-up time,
Yeah.
ditching the phone an hour before bed, or even just trying a relaxing bedtime routine.
All great ideas.
Experiment. See what works for you.
Yeah,
Your well-rested self will thank you.
definitely.
All right. That's it for today. Thanks for listening.
Thanks for having me.
And sleep well.
You too.